Romulus. Oh boy. There's a lot to talk about with this one. This is going to be... Should we start with no spoilers and then on the later half talk about like with spoilers, or should we just go full regalia and say spoilers the whole thing?
I think just full speed ahead, really.
Full speed ahead. Okay, guys, so spoilers. Let me just talk about it really quickly before we get into spoilers. And that this film is a great fucking movie. If you enjoyed Alien 1 and 2, you are going to love Romulus. You may not like some of the egregious line stealing, but besides that, this film holds up very well, and Fede Alvarez has really created his opus so far. And he's made some decent movies. But this is his best work yet. In my humble opinion, and the majority of the internet's opinion. So if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. What did you say, Squeedo?
I said it's peak.
I agree. All right. Full regalia. Full spoilers review of Alien Romulus. Review, retrospectives, gushing, whatever the fuck. Two grown-ass men talking about Alien. You ready?
Indubitably.
You gotta love it. All right. So Alien Romulus. The first time we viewed this was at Dolby Cinemas and AMC theaters. And, I was hyped. I remember when Squeedo watched the first Alien. It was a couple years ago. And, I was playing Alien Isolation. I was actually making a series of it on my channel, and he said he wanted to watch the OGs. So we finally watched the first Alien, and when he told me that he loved it and he was just as enthusiastic about it as I was at the time, it just, it sealed the deal, baby. We're best friends now. That's it. So, it was fun to finally find somebody that's just as crazy about the Alien franchise that I was. Then
I have secretly hated Alien for 2 years. No, I'm kidding.
A big ass reveal. Actually, fuck you. That's it. No. But, it was a crazy fucking... The first film is an absolute amazing masterpiece, and I'm glad that Squeedo saw that. I'm glad that he saw Aliens and also enjoyed it very much so, but he's also like me, where he prefers the horror vibe rather than the 80s action vibe, but it's still a really good movie,
Indeed.
And then I told myself that I would never watch any of the Alien sequels. I have the first and second one, that's it. I don't need to watch them. The only reason why I watched them was because I saw Romulus and I wanted to make an entire tier list surrounding the Alien franchise. The amount of torture that I was put through for Alien Romulus is bar none. Will I say it's worth it? No, but that's not the movie's fault. All right. Alien Romulus is peak horror cinema and is right now contending with Furiosa for my film of the year. It is simply the best Alien film since 1986, James Cameron's Aliens. That's it. Bar none. Ridley Scott's Prometheus be damned. I'm not saying that Prometheus wasn't good. Prometheus was all right. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't terrible. It had a really cool premise about the whole meeting our gods and what did they really want from us, and then finding out, oh, the gods didn't really care and they just made us because they could, and they're actually kind of assholes, that kind of thing. I love that dynamic, and it's an original idea. But Alien Romulus goes back to roots, and it really makes you feel not only nostalgia, because it is a legacy sequel, but it also surpasses in certain aspects the original two films. In particular, the unique sequences that takes place. One of the biggest ones that I can mention is the 0G gravity fight scene. I'm surprised that Alien, I never thought of this shit. The entirety of Alien, no one has ever thought of doing an alien fight in zero gravity. Maybe because they thought it was too fantastical. Maybe because they thought it was too much. And then, Covenant tried to do a whole, like, Terminator Alien thing. And I guess we can do anything now. So Alien Romulus pulled something so crazy, so cool out of the bag with that fight scene. And not only did they make that scene look really satisfying and fun to watch, but they were able to ground it with the acid blood and made it and make it not only make it work not only as a cool action scene but as a plot device. You know, it's masterful cinema. It really is. All right, you gush about it a little bit so I can build off you. Go ahead.
Well, one of the producers clearly played Dead Space, and we're like, put that in the fucking movie.
Fuck yeah!
With the whole zero G sequence, they're like, put that in the fucking movie.
Yeah, tonight, yeah.
Yeah, no, Alien Romulus is fucking cinema. It's also competing with my favorite movie of the year, Dune Part 2. I think it's gonna remain in second place though, like the more I think about it, but I still fucking love Alien Romulus.
Dune Part 2 is like his bedfellow at this point. It's okay. It's all right.
That movie's peak. It is peak fiction.
I gotta watch it.
But Romulus, they do so much right. And really what always sticks out to me with this movie and baffles me that some people don't like this part of the movie, it's the characters. I fucking love the characters in this movie, and that's important. Like we talked about with Covenant, I didn't give a shit about anyone in that movie. They're all cannon fodder. They're all there for the alien to die. Yeah. But in Romulus, you actually feel shit, and it's a smaller group of people. Covenant had, what would you say, about 10 people in the beginning?
A little more, something like that.
Their crew, a little more than 10. Romulus has 6, like total, for the entire movie. That's not a lot of people in a horror movie.
And one's an android.
Yeah, one's an android. So for a horror movie, that's not a lot of characters, but I like that because it allows you to, each character feels more distinct and allows you to grow more attached, is what I wanted to say. Grow more attached to these characters. And so I like it. I like this. I like the smaller group of people. I like that everyone feels different and unique from one another. I like that they all kind of have the same goal and motivation, and that's what leads the movie to, have the plot that it has. And unlike Covenant, where it's like, oh, we gotta, go find this signal on this planet that we don't know, and it's like, okay, well, your dumbass just got us killed by fucking aliens. And Romulus, everyone has the same goal, and it's not a dumb goal at all. They're trying to escape, the life that they are currently living. And so I like it. It's a character motivated film.
Right.
And I like that. It makes the movie so much more grounded, and you feel something, you feel something.
Throughout this conversation, you're going to see us address a lot of criticism, and the start of that is going to be people saying that the initial buildup is stupid. Why would they leave this perfectly functioning planet to go to God knows where on this ship just so they can go to God knows whatever the fuck planet because they have a sun, even though that their planet also has a sun? I don't know if you watched the first 20 minutes of the film, but
it literally says in big, bold words.
But it's almost as if you just skipped it, you know what I mean? And just didn't understand that the world that they are on is literally going to be the death of them, Fede Alvarez made a nice comparison where he said the planet that they were on, where, their parents were dying and they were forced to serve, that kind of thing, and the area that they lived in was horrible, was meant to be a reflection of the third world war-torn countries that Fede had lived and grown up in. So that entire sequence was meant to be a reflection of the young generation's mindset at the time, which was, I can't become like my parents. I need to get out of here, no matter what, by any means necessary. And some kids didn't make that trip alive. And that's what this entire first act was meant to be a reflection of, these kids that are young, they're ambitious. I mean, one of them's a fucking pilot, you know what I mean? These young, ambitious kids. The other one did all this research on guns and military protocol. Just absolutely ambitious kids learning how to get the hell out of their planet and actually, actually succeed outside of that planet. And you can tell every single person here, like you mentioned, is absolutely distinct, and they all carry their own weight in terms of storytelling. Not one of them feels like dead weight. Not even the pilot. They even made her seem unique, and she's in the film for like a total of 50 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I love the characters in this movie.
Absolutely.
And that's, to me, as someone that loves slasher movies and horror movies, that's what, draws me to your movie.
Absolutely.
Is the interesting characters. You can have cool kills and, graphic, gory violence all fucking day. But, do I care?
Yeah, do I give a shit?
That's really the question: is do I give a shit about these characters dying or not? Because if not, then I'm watching Friday the 13th and I'm like, yeah, that was a cool kill. That's
exactly. You know what's really cool? Body horror. You know what's even fucking cooler is when that body horror happens to somebody we actually care about, like Kay, the pregnant chick at the end of Romulus.
Mm-hmm.
That crazy shit that happened to somebody we actually wanted to survive? Wait a minute. You know what I mean? That's the truth.
Yeah. It's insane, man, how some people are just, these characters were, poor acting and uninteresting, not well-written characters.
I 100% believe without a shadow of a doubt that a lot of the people who say that stuff, because a lot of the time when they say it, they just say it. They don't describe what they mean. Yeah. They just say it. And so when they say it just like that and they don't describe what they mean, you know what I think? It's because they're young. That's it.
Yeah.
They're young teenagers. It fits the stereotype if the shoe fits. Did you not watch the same film that I did, bro? It sounds like you went in with your own predetermined bias and shut your brain off to the actual nuance that this film tries to project. Unfortunately, you couldn't keep up. Sorry, man.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm not saying that everyone who dislikes the character is a fucking idiot. I just said, once again, that the people who didn't explain why, which was the majority of the people who had that criticism, probably share the same brain, right? That's it.
It's a hive mind, like the xenomorph.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
They have a queen.
So yeah, this film has great characters. Let's start with that. All right, let's also talk about performances real quick. I mean, can we give a round of applause for my boy David Johnson? All right,
bro,
can we get a fucking round of applause for that guy?
It.
That dude is an android, and he was the heart and motherfucking soul of Alien Romulus. How do you do that? How do you do that?
How you do that? Explain that.
It's like saying you can make a face hugger sexy. I'm saying it's not possible. How does it work?
I mean, I think depending on who you ask,
you right.
They already are.
Immediately changed my mind. My bad.
It's the internet after all, you know. I'm sure there's one person out there that's like, damn, that facehugger could get it. The fuck you say?
The facehugger hits the window. Yeah, I'd hit that. What? What do you mean? Oh, what the fuck? Wait a minute.
Smacks against the glass. He's just,
Oh.
He's like, whoa.
Aggressively gnaws on popcorn, bruh. Looks at AMC bucket a little weird.
Hey, yo.
That's sus, brother. Not gonna lie. I mean, there's a whole sexual thing with popcorn buckets nowadays. So, hey, you know. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, when they pull the face hugger off Navarro's face, I'm sure someone got turned on by that.
No, okay, I could go further with that one, but I'm not. I'm gonna leave it there, you know? I'm trying to get monetized, you know what I'm saying? It can't work, you know what I mean? If I say what I'm about to say, but damn it, I want to. Oh, you get it. I'm sure people who have half a brain understand what I'm trying to get at. Jesus.
Yeah.
That or a pair of balls, either one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie. Like, one of the first tweets I saw after we watched Alien Romulus was that the xenomorph could get it. So, the internet is a cursed place, guys. I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's real. Why am I here? Why am I making videos for y'all fucking creeps? See what I'm saying? Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm not saying they're wrong, but, like, damn.
Bro probably could, but I don't know if I would be the one. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna try.
Yeah, that's real. That's real, because you never know.
Yeah. Anyway, David Johnson, he's great, right?
Yeah, no, he's great in this film.
Yeah, he fucking killed it.
I don't think there's a single bad performance in this film. Nothing felt phoned in, and everything was strong. That being said, I kind of wish that Aileen Wu, Navarro, probably got some more to work with. But, you know, once again, it's just that's a nitpick, because what she was given, she did great. You know what I mean? But she wasn't given much.
Also, this is her first movie.
Yeah, which is crazy. Her first feature-length film, and she's in, like, the movie of the year for me. So, hey, That's a good start.
Holy shit.
She's gonna get so much. She's gonna get so much work off of this. It's crazy.
Yeah, I fucking hope so.
Yeah, me too. Because I want to see more of her. Absolutely. I felt like if I do have a criticism, if I were to be a little constructive, I do think the
he's gonna be that guy.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Listen, my bad. What's that guy's name for the on the judge table where he's always the asshole? What's his name?
Oh shit.
You guys know what I'm talking about. America's Got Talent. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe. Simon Cowell. Thank you. Simon Cowell. I'm pulling a Simon Cowell. My apologies, guys, but I gotta let you know. If I had to give her one bit of criticism, because I'm trying to, there's not a lot of cons in this film, is that the ADR scene where she's getting chest bursted and said, "Don't let me die." I didn't even see her lips moving. You know? So
if she was telepathic, you missed that part of the movie.
You right, my bad. I must have not watched the first 20 minutes. My bad.
Yeah.
Why do you think she shaves her head so she can get more, radio waves and shit? That makes sense.
Yeah. The hair was blocking her abilities.
My bad. So, that one line, I did like that line. I don't like the delivery. That's it. That's the only thing that I saw wrong with her performance. And besides that, she did great. I believed her. I believed her when she was scared. I believed her when she, for example, one of the standout moments of her performance is after they got the face hugger off of her and she woke up. When she woke up and it was a beating, he's like, "Oh shit," because it felt like it was still happening to her. That terror, once again, I felt that terror felt real to me. And one of the reasons why it felt so real to me is not only just the performance, but the build up to it. Once again, it's the building up of the character. Okay, this is a cousin. She's praying right before she's gonna go into space. That kind of thing. That building of the character, making her feel human. And the fact that she's panicking as well, it adds to that,
Yeah.
So, como se dice? I mean, she's got the Ripley 3 haircut. That's another thing going for her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she does. So that's how this movie ties back to Alien 3.
Interesting. Cinema.
It's connected.
It's all connected, which is another crazy good pro of this film. Somehow, Squeedo, they were able to make everything canon and tie everything up into one film. I don't know how they did it.
Impossible.
How?
Impossible.
Bro,
it's not real.
It is unreal. It's impossible. It's impossible. There's no way. Somehow this film was able to tie in everything. And, it's not the big... and the thing is, it's not the big emphasis of the film, but for those who have seen the previous ones, there is a decent payoff for you in this one, goddammit, because they addressed everything. They really did.
Yeah, the movie is like, hey, you remember that shitty Alien movie from back in the day?
Yeah.
Like, well, we do too. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
All you nerds out there, this one's for you. This 30-second scene. You're welcome. That's it. I do like... Go ahead.
All the fans are like Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I want a whole theater of people just doing that the whole fucking movie. I prefer the term artificial person myself. Everyone. Literally the entire theater at once. That's all I want.
I didn't catch that the first time I watched it. I knew the line and I thought it was original. Then I watched Aliens. I'm like, oh shit! Wait a minute. Yeah, I watched Aliens again and I forgot he said that line. It reminds me of I'm something of a scientist myself.
Right? It just sounds so similar, especially the way they say it.
Yeah.
It's like the same, beat for beat.
Absolutely. I love it. The thing is, a lot of people think that the stealing, quote unquote, the reuse of lines is a negative. And one thing I will agree with them with, it's egregious. It's definitely there, and it's definitely, como se dice, they definitely stole more than just a couple. It's more than just a wink. That being said, it doesn't bother me at all. Not even a little bit.
Look, if all the Terminator movies can do it, Alien can
Goddamn
do it.
Right. Listen, and my thing is, right, is a lot of people look at that and think that, oh, this film is bankrupt of ideas. Like, no, it's not. It's a legacy sequel.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I love about this, one of the reasons why this film gets to get away with it rather than some other films is because Fede Alvarez, I've seen him in those interviews. He's a mega fan, bro. He's a mega fan. So when you see those lines being repeated, I'm not thinking, ooh, soulless cash grab. I'm thinking, oh shit, he got the opportunity to use that? Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, they let him do that? Fuck yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? It's just, for an Alien fan that has been starved for like just consistently good content for how many, 30 years now? 30? Yeah. Something like that?
Yep.
Damn near 40 years now.
Yeah, very close to 40.
Yeah, damn near 40 years now. It is such a fucking just beautiful thing to see some of those reused lines. You know what I mean? Because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I do agree it is a little egregious. It's a little overdone. Absolutely. It doesn't bother me. It's like being anti-fun. Why can't I reuse these lines? It's cool. You know what I mean? Like, for example, one criticism was like, you know, it was egregious line stealing, and I really think that the worst case of this was when Andy shot that alien down the elevator shaft and said, "Get away from her, you," and then stuttered, "Bitch." And it's like, that just completely took the steam out of that entire elevator sequence. And I'm like, are you crazy? What do you mean it took... What do you mean it took the entire steam out of the film? Let me tell you something real quick, okay? Once again, that line does not bother me because I know it comes from a sincere place. This film, let's take Fede out. Let's take Fede, put him in a box, and ship him away for just a second. Yeah. All right? Not physically, but you get it. You know?
Yeah.
Let's put him away for a minute. This film screams, it eats, sleeps, and breathes love for the originals. And you can see that in the way that it's shot. For example, a nice nod to the original Aliens is when Kaylee Spaney, ¿cómo se dice? Her name is Rain. Yes, I forgot the name. Rain lets Kay go up into the elevator to get back to the ship while she goes back down to save Andy. And the way that is shot when she opens the door and she has the pulse rifle in front of her and she's walking down the hallway is a solid nod. Not a copy, a nod at Aliens. A copy would have been reintroducing the Queen and it being just herself or something along those lines, or maybe there's a kid, you know, like that would have been too egregious. But just a little nod saying, I have a friend that I built up throughout the entirety of this film, and I'll be damned if I leave him behind. Even if he's not human, he's human to me, damn it. And then that line, that she says, which is not from anyone else except this film, is like, oh, I can't let you get the chip, whatever. And it's like, if you don't let me replace the chip, it's not going to be in the best interest of the company, and it won't be in the best interest of me, or whatever the fuck that line was. And it's not mine either. Whatever it was, that line was great. And when I saw that, I was like, well, no, none of the other Alien movies use that shit. And nobody who was criticizing the film for stealing lines and saying that it lacked any original ideas mentioned that line. You know, it's once again, it's not a lack of talent. It's plenty of talent and a love for the original films. And a great way to articulate that point is those final, 15 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
That ending is... I have never, ever... I've watched this film 3 times in theaters. Every single time that final alien is revealed, the entire crowd gets quiet and gasp in fear. Every time. Not only did they look at the originals, make amazing homages and nods at them and continuously throughout the film that felt very tasteful, but at the end, they were able to completely recreate the vibe of the first one and the second one with the Queen, a whole new threat. A whole new threat that is completely unpredictable and looks fucking crazy.
It's the mystery that was really gone from Alien 3 to Covenant.
Yes.
Prometheus had it too. I will say Prometheus did have that sense of mystery there, mostly because that was its own individual thing. But in terms of like the actual Alien like movies, 3, 4, Covenant did not have that mystery. It's just, oh yeah, we know what a xenomorph is.
Right.
Romulus knows that.
Prometheus is literally the only exception to this rule in saying that you never really felt the terror or the tension of a build-up to a massive reveal like you did in Alien Romulus. From Aliens to Romulus, so after Aliens, so 3 and up, all the way to Romulus, you had no such thing as this much of a build-up to a massive fucking reveal. And it's so out of left field. You know that Needle's going to come back into play. You know something's going to happen. And then when they actually pull the trigger and she's birthing this alien, it's like, oh, maybe it's actually a baby, which is why Rain doesn't initially freeze it. Because, like, wait, it's human. You know, and then it fucking burns through the steel grate, and it's like, oh shit, well, I gotta go shoot it down anyway. And it grows so fucking fast. When that final reveal happens and Andy turns around to look at what's behind him, the music stops. And that shot is not only at a weird angle, but still has the animal, the alien, almost completely enshrouded in darkness.
Yep.
So
you just see like the silhouette, really.
You don't know what the fuck it is. What the fuck? You know, whenever I saw, bro, I'm telling you, the amount of memes that came from that one shot alone is crazy, bro. Every single person who saw that movie in that theater audibly gasped when they saw that movie, when they saw that end shot, when they saw that reveal. Everybody was on the edge of their seat because now we're in unexplored territory. They have already delivered on a consistently good alien movie that is back to roots and is executed very, very well. But this is all territory that we're aware of. When it finally circumvents your expectations, which is what Alien is known for, in the last 10 to 15 minutes... You're finally going from, this is like a solid 8, I like this movie, it was a fun, nice ride, and, you know, I'd watch it again, to, holy shit, this is poetic cinema, and I need to watch this immediately. Again, immediately.
Yep.
Which is exactly what we did. Me and Dorian were going to rewatch Deadpool and Wolverine after this, but when we saw Romulus and Dolby, we both looked at each other, and Dorian looked at me, and he said... You know we can't watch Deadpool and Wolverine after that, right? And it's like, no, you already know, bro. Book the tickets. And we watched Alien Romulus back to back.
And then I saw it again a few days later.
Yeah, and I saw it the next
Dolby.
weekend, baby. And I saw it in RPX, Regal Theaters, and it was so fucking cool.
And I saw it in IMAX.
The person I went with was a complete drag, but good things he doesn't talk during the movie, so it's all right. You know, the film was just such a great watch. And now here's what I wanted to bring up on this film is that on my third rewatch is after the initial grace period of recency bias. It was a week after.
Yeah.
So after a week after, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go into this film. Let's see, because I was thinking, okay, it's like a solid 8 tier. It's an 8 out of 10. It was a decent movie, you know, but you know maybe I should lower my rating a little bit. You know, like let's be fair. And not to mention, on my third watch, I had been up for maybe 26 hours at the time. Around 26 hours. So I was sleep deprived as fuck. And I was not in a physical condition to watch a movie and like pay attention to a film because I was tired as hell. So I took the first act as okay, I already know what happens. I've seen all of this before. It's great world building, but I'm going to skip it. I'm going to take a nap. I'm gonna let it, you know. I'm gonna take a nap so I can recharge for the action, for the parts where it starts ramping up because I want to see what I missed, you know. Because I've already seen it twice, but you notice little things. And
yeah, of course.
I really paid attention to Archie Renault's performance as Tyler, the captain of this crew, and. Once the second act started and the action was started to pile up, there's something in the fucking water, you know. All that shit.
Yeah.
Once that started, I woke right back up and I was glued to the screen from that point to the end. And by the end of the third act, I was at a solid. So by the beginning of the third act, I was like, "This is a fucking 9. This is a great fucking movie." I was thinking this was like a mid to high 8. This is a solid 9. I love it. This is crazy. And then that finale, that ending, 10 out of 10. One of the best fucking films that I've seen in a long time. And that ending cemented this film for me right now as movie of the year. And Furiosa is a damn fine contender, but right now Romulus has to be my top of the year. Romulus is simply Cinema. That's all I have. Cinema.
Yeah, it's peak cinema.
And you know,
Peak fiction.
I definitely want to go more into like the royal jelly. I want to go into how this incorporates with the rest of the universe. I want to address more criticisms. But I think you know where I stand, and I definitely want to address more of the criticisms in a separate video. But this is a tier list, baby. Anything else for you, Squeedo? Anything else you have for this one? Anything I haven't said?
No. It's just a really memorable horror movie.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's a solid standalone Alien movie as well. You don't gotta watch the others to watch this one and enjoy it. It's still so fucking good.
Squeedo went with somebody who hadn't seen the OGs, and what was that like?
Yep. So she had never seen any of the Alien movies. She doesn't even know like what Alien is.
Pretty much. Yeah.
She'd maybe seen Alien versus Predator when she was younger and doesn't remember it. But that's it. That's like the most. And she loved it. She likes horror like me, and so she thought Romulus was a solid, fun time. Mm-hmm. She said it wasn't scary, but it was good. she did say that one jump scare got her, and it was the face hugger coming from the water.
That was the water. It. Okay, fair. The one that got me.
She didn't watch any of the trailers.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that got me was well, a couple of them got me, but one of the biggest ones that got me that I didn't expect was that temperature room, where as soon as the camera like zooms in on the room, it's like, oh my god, there's like 20 of them in there. Bam, right on the window. Fuck, god damn it. Why would you do that to me? And it's worse because it hit the window, so they lingered on it. If it landed on someone's face, they would cut really quickly. But no, it just landed on the window, so they let it fucking sit there for a couple seconds. It's like, oh, fuck you, man. Yeah. What is this shit, That got me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But especially in Dolby, you hear that thud, you know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck that.
Oh, yeah. that one got me good on a first watch. The one that got me the most, though, I will say, is at the end.
Yes.
When she's climbing the rope.
Yes.
And she thinks, like, after dropping the cargo and you think the alien's gone and she's climbing the rope, it's silent because she's in space. All you hear is her breathing through the fucking space helmet.
Cinema, bro! I love that!
And then all of a sudden, fucking BAM! Right in your fucking face.
Bro.
That shit felt like Alien Isolation, like a death animation.
Oh, yeah!
It was a first-person POV shot of, like, yeah.
Let me tell you something about that ending. I have actually listened to the soundtrack of this film, and I have those ending songs on repeat. Like, it's crazy how well calculated the horror sequence is in that ending. The music is memorable as hell, and it really amps up the atmosphere. There's a part in it. There's a part in the one of the tracks called, I think it was Collision Warning. Warning or the one before it. Either one. Como se dice? Where you can feel the tension build up and you hear the bwong, you know what I mean? Like the loud bwongs and the synth strings as if it's an Insidious movie. But the best part of that was in between the build up, you can hear something like tapping metal. Dun, 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 while the strings were going and while the bwongs were happening, as if the tension was building up. And then reveal. That table tapping, I don't know who did it, but it felt like somebody with like a weapon, a metal pipe in their hands, sliding it across a metal wall. That's what it sounded like. So it felt like, oh, he's lurking, he's looking for something to kill, and now he's making little noises against the wall, like in Terminator 2, when that motherfucker had the nightstick out and was just hitting shit on the side of the doors, something like that, So it was just, it's just crazy, really cool tension buildup. And yeah, that final jump scare was something out of a fucking fever dream. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He looked fucked up too. That alien looked fucked up.
He did.
Jesus.
I also love when she finally released the cargo hold and like the alien went crashing down like towards the rings with it. I just love that she just screams "Die, motherfucker" at the top of her lungs.
Oh yeah, because it's over. She got it. And that music, brother, I gotta send you that musical flourish. It's only 1 minute 10 seconds long, and I've heard it at least 7 times. It's such a great musical flourish.
The composer for this movie was Benjamin Wallfish.
Yes.
And I find that when his music is put at the forefront, right? When it's not just like deafened and in the background of like a scene, his music is really fucking good. He did It, Chapter 1 and 2, And to me, the soundtrack of those movies has always been fucking incredible. Like it has like that sense of childlike wonder, you know, obviously because it's about kids in chapter 1. And then, you know, you introduce Pennywise, and that fucking haunting music like just drowns out the rest. And it's like, holy shit. He also did The Invisible Man from 2020. I have his filmography right here. He did Mortal Kombat, the 2021 movie.
Did a lot of movies.
I don't remember that soundtrack. The Flash. He did Twisters. That one I didn't know.
Well, I feel like he just got hired on to do like a bunch of projects in this generation. I feel like people got wind of Romulus' soundtrack. You know what I mean? It's like, oh wait, this guy knows what he's doing. Oh boy, you know, high in demand. You know, I love.
He also did Blade Runner 2049. Which
yes.
I do like that soundtrack as well.
I do remember like thinking I have to remember to mention that to you. You know, because he did do the Blade Runner 2049 soundtrack. Listen, I want you to listen. I want you to listen to that musical flourish. It's a minute long. It's not going to be on the pod. I just want you to hear it so you can get a first reaction. I want you guys to hear what he thinks of it. It's crazy. You know what I was thinking like near the end of it? Ghostbusters.
That's a weird one, but I'll take it.
You'll see. You'll see. Holy shit! Woo!
not even gonna lie, I got like goosebumps all over my body right now.
You know it's good.
Shit.
You know it's good when you have to clench the muscles up. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
If there was a face hugger in my room right now, I'd be fucked with these goosebumps, bro.
Yeah, bro. Fuerza, way. That's what I was thinking throughout that entire flourish. Fuerza, power, force.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You see what I mean at the end though, where like you hear like the really like high note woman singing in the back. I felt like a weird Ghostbuster vibe right at the end of that flourish.
It is a bit ghostly, and I do remember the shot of that too, because it's when she's still holding onto the rope, and you see the cargo pod hit the rings, and in the distance, my favorite part of the shot is in the distance, you can still see the Romulus space station. It's not fully gone yet. It's that shit is still crashing into the rings. Man. It's so fucking good.
Dude, the cinema...
Such a good fucking ending.
The cinema... I know, you just listened to the music and now you're emphatic, right? It's like, yeah! Just the music alone sold this scene so well. But then that beautiful cinematography and the performances behind it. Just... That ending raised this film for me from a 9 to a fucking 10. It is crazy how good that ending is. An ending, I am a firm believer in an ending can make or break a film. And god damn it, this ending didn't make the film. It was already made. It transcended the film. That's exactly what the fuck this ending did. It's peak. And I urge every single person who has seen the movie before to go check out that soundtrack, because it is crazy good, especially those last few tracks. Oh my God. You just feel, you feel like you're in it, for one. That music has such a great, it's a great way to immerse you in that world. It complements the film so well. So I have to give a big shout out to the composer for that one. Oh my God.
Yeah. Benjamin Wallfish, from the movies I've seen with him doing the music, he's killed it. He has fucking killed it,
dude. And that, I'm telling you, that 1 minute flourish, and there was a cut, but you guys, you noticed the difference. How emphatic we are now. Jeez.
Also, shout out to the legend of our podcast, David F. Sandberg. Benjamin Wallfish did the music for Lights Out and Shazam.
Fuck yeah.
Gotta mention David F. Sandberg.
Every time.
He's a legend on our podcast now.
I titled that reaction video "The Realist Director on YouTube." That's what I called it. The realist director on YouTube. That's our boy right there. But you look at this amazing fucking film with this young cast that is truly the future of cinema, all right? Isabella Merced, Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson, those are 3 guaranteed futures of cinema. Archie Renault, I hope he gets more roles after this one, because he did really good. As my highlight for this film was when he was begging for his sister's life. Open the fucking door, open the door. Oh, but I had no choice. You would if you just open the door. his performance goes from like oh, I'll try to get you out, it's okay, reassuring her, to like despair, oh, it's pointless, and now he's begging on his knees. Like it's that what's the word? It's not just one emotion, it's a series of emotions. It's a train of emotions, kind of like how Troy Baker acted when Joel lost his daughter in The Last of Us. It wasn't just one moment of loss. It was bargaining. Is this really happening? Look, I'm going to get you up. And then it slowly turned into, oh my God, I'm going to lose her. Baby, don't leave me, don't leave me. And then at the end, it was loss. It was the same thing with Archie Renault, where he's trying desperately to get her out, and then he depends on Andy. And Andy's not doing it. And now he knows that she's fucked no matter what. And he knows that Andy's probably right. And so he turns around and is just begging, like, oh, please don't let this happen. At that point, he's not really begging Andy for anything. He's begging to whatever God, please don't let nothing be happen. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, he knows it's hopeless. And so Archie Renault pulled in a crazy good performance for that bit. Absolutely. You know?
Yeah, and his performance really makes that scene go from, like, damn, that's crazy, to this is hard to watch.
Yeah, because that's his
like,
sister.
His performance make that shit hard to watch, because it's like, damn, I could not be in that room.
Fuck that. Yeah, because that's his sister.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yep.
Because you got to think about it, because then you got to put yourself in that situation. Because I got a sister. You know what I mean? I'm looking at that. I'm like,
too.
Damn, if I was... Yeah, exactly. If I was in that position, fuck, what would I do? You know what I mean? Because I ain't got no weapons. I don't got nothing. I just have to see her die. Oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, it plays with that. You know what I mean? One thing that you mentioned off camera was the sibling dynamic. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I'm going to say this, especially with horror movies. Couples and, love interests are overrated. I feel like movies are always stronger when they have a sibling dynamic, especially horror, because, there's something different about it, right? Something different about when it's your blood, it's your family, it's someone that you grew up alongside, you've known each other for fucking ever, and you know this person, just as much as you know yourself. And I think with Alien Romulus, what I really loved about it was that it's the fact that Rain and Andy are siblings, but he's an android,
right?
And so I love that she's so protective of him, especially in the beginning, because I love the conversation of when, when they're telling her the whole plan of what they're going to go to the Romulus space station for and how they're going to leave, and then she's like, no, like I don't want to do it. And Bjorn says, all right, Rain's not coming, so you'll just let us take Andy then. And she's like, I'm not going to send my brother up there alone. And immediately he's like, yeah, but he's not your brother, is he? And she gets so defensive. She gets so mad to the point where she has to walk out of the room.
Oh yeah.
And it's like that connection that she has with Andy, and even the connection that Andy has to her, even though he's a synthetic, you can tell he cares about her. And it's just that level of trust is so... It's on a different level, man. Right. It's on a different playing field. And so when Andy, gets that new module and he becomes, his new directive is to do what's best for the company, I love when she says, Andy, are you in there?
Yeah.
Because he's a completely different person now. He's not even the same character he was 20 minutes ago.
But I do have to say, intelligent Andy is based as fuck. Not gonna lie. Holy shit. Yeah. Bro, when Andy grabbed that face hugger tail right before he was about to kill somebody, in my mind, I didn't scream it, but in my mind, I was screaming, he is him! Andy is him! Bro, the way he caught that face hugger, I'm like, we ain't never seen this shit in 10 fucking Alien films, however many. We never seen this shit, bro. He's a fucking monster. He's a killer. Look at him. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Continue.
So, yeah, and I just, going to Kay and Tyler, that sibling dynamic, that scene with the door, you can tell is like, yeah, he wants to save her even though he can't. And then even when they're like in the hive and it's like, oh, maybe we should go find another way. It's like, that would be smart. And then they're all walking away and then he's like, wait. And you hear Kay's voice in the distance,
Oh,
he
fuck.
immediately runs for her. It's just like, yeah, because that connection, you can't explain.
That's his
it, man.
sister. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
shit because once again, it's like people saying like, "Oh, for example, the critical drinker brought up a point," and we're not going to get too far into his criticisms. I feel like we might do a whole video on his reaction, on his review. But como se dice, let's bring up one. Is that he mentioned that he's getting tired of characters doing dumb things just to drive the plot forward. The thing is, he didn't. I think he probably mentioned one moment where someone did something stupid. I don't remember. I think he did one, but he didn't mention. He only mentioned one, and I'm pretty sure in his anecdote he probably meant this one as well. Where, and I'm not saying he did. I'm saying that he probably did, because if it was just one moment where, you know, the chest burster happened in that ship and then it crashed into the other one, you know, it crashed into the main ship. It's like, okay, I agree that was a stupid decision, but it's motivated by actual human emotions, because not only does that guy have his cousin who currently has a chest burster inside of her, but he also has his baby mama who's in that ship as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we're thinking about this rationally, I mean, if anyone's ever going to make an emotional, like fucked up decision, it's going to be in that instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be in that circumstance. And another one here is when Tyler ran into the hive to get his sister. That's the thing. It's his sister. His pregnant sister. Of course he's going to run in there.
Yep.
He's a fucking,
for sure.
he's a hero. He's a badass. He's going to run in there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he's punished for being that. But because it's the alien universe. But, you know, that's what you would do. You're telling me, critical drinker, that you wouldn't do that shit? If your sister's there, I mean, I'd be too fucking shit scared, so maybe not. Yeah, but let's just say I'm a badass. You don't think I'd run in there? Fuck you. You know what I mean? I got an automatic weapon with 450 rounds with that auto aims at motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, I might feel like I have some balls, and I'll go in there and I'll save my goddamn sister. You know? Once again, it's a dumb decision that was forced to be made. Unfortunately, it was the only it's the only thing we could have done, because that's my fucking sister. I'm going to go in there and save her. That's not a dumb decision at all.
Yeah. And it's even mentioned in the fucking movie. The android Rook tells Andy, it's like, look, with human emotions, they're not going to process everything that basically I just fucking told you. So it's like, it's up to you to prevent all of this.
Which is what he tries to do when that guy runs off into the ship with the chest burster girl, but unfortunately wasn't able to do it. Can I mention the Andy android? For me, it gives Michael Fassbender a run for his money. I'm not gonna lie. I think
I would agree.
I think David is definitely an S-tier android, but I also think Andy is an S-tier android for two different reasons. David is someone that we love to hate. He's interesting. He's so well fleshed out. I love him. Andy is probably the most satisfying android to watch. Period. He, once again, you mentioned heart and soul, but one of the things that I loved about this one is that they used the android strength a lot more than they ever did in the previous Aliens. He was jamming. He was jamming an airlock door, and he caught an elevator while it was going down to protect Rain. You know?
Yeah.
Like, in those moments. And then at the end, he killed the fucking xenomorph. What? You know? I think those androids were synthesized. Yeah, they were synthesized for people working in the mines, and it was meant to protect the people there. So it makes sense that, you know, he's doing things that other androids aren't capable of, and one of them is killing alien species, you know?
Yeah.
That motherfucker's basically you know what I'd love to see? I would love a war android, not like Aliens, where he's just like, oh, I'm a tech guy, I'm helping. I want like an actual like android walking around with a smart gun. That's what I want to see. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so true.
Fuck yeah. I need a colonial marine android. Give me that shit. Fuck yeah. Any day. But still, I love Andy. I love his performance. David Johnson killed it as Andy.
He basically plays two characters in this movie.
Yes.
And it's great.
He plays the company, and he plays Andy. That's what it is.
The sympathetic Andy, for me, is really where his performance shines.
Absolutely.
Because you can even see in his facial expressions, like, literally everything he does is so, like, on purpose. It's such a specific performance. Because, Andy's like a malfunctioning android. He's not perfect.
Right.
He has a lot of like weird tics and the way he moves and says things. He stutters a lot.
You can tell that he's trying to convey emotion, but he's not capable of it. You know, his facial expressions are showing that like he's trying to smile, he's trying to cry, he's trying to show fear, stuff like that. But it's just, it doesn't really come out. Every now and again it does, right? In big moments, right? Like a big payoff or whatever. But como se, so you could tell, especially at the beginning, that like he's telling jokes and he's telling them in like really rough, really fast paced action, because he doesn't really know how to socialize. You know what I mean? At first, I thought he was learning disability. Like I didn't even know he was an android till they showed it. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was just like a social thing. You know, I was like, okay, he's on the spectrum, whatever, right? But like, no, he's an android. Oh, okay, and he's a malfunctioning android. Interesting. You know?
Yeah, it's such an interesting way to look at that, you know?
Yeah, because
I never would have thought about that in a million years.
Absolutely, because androids to us are perfect in every way. You know, they don't malfunction, they don't do this, that, this, so they don't como se dice, they're not imperfect like Andy. When we have an imperfect android turn perfect midway through the film, but lose a moral compass, we realize that we want the more human version of that android, and at the end of the film, we get exactly that, you know? And I think it's a crazy, cool dynamic that, I would have never thought of in a million years, you know? Which is crazy.
It's so good.
Which is crazy because me and him, we just fucking figured out, like, an entirely new solution to the Ridley Scott trilogy that would have worked. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, it's like we're not the smartest, but we're also not the dumbest. You know what I'm saying? We're smarter than them. So, that's it. So... Yeah, como se dice, I'm being hyperbolic, obviously, but como se dice, Alien Romulus for me, the performances all well, nothing's phoned in, all of it's really well done. I don't like the criticisms that saying, the use of Rook the android was cheap, and it was just a way to get Alien fans to cheer because it's a member berry. It's like, you can say it's a member berry, sure, if you want to frame it that way, but why is it a bad thing? You mention it. Now, why is it a bad thing? Because in that universe, it makes way too much sense. Rook is a model, is the same model as Ash from the original, but he's a different android. It makes the most sense. Why is that a bad thing? They didn't force it at all. It's just another fucking android. Why do they have to hire another actor or whatever? Why not use the OG to garner some points? I mean, the OG, let's not even talk about points. Let's talk about the fact that the OG android, Ash, is the embodiment of that company greed. And so it makes sense that Ash's model works on that station. Let's just talk about it practically. It makes total sense that model of android works with those scientists, you know? Because
and so it makes it to where you're not even really surprised when that android is doing everything he can for the betterment of the company, and it's just like, that's what Ash would do.
Right.
That's what Ash did.
If it was a completely new android, it would be more of a shaky thing. I was like, I don't really know what his intentions are, but this film didn't need that. You know what I mean? It was already juggling a bunch of things. It didn't need that. What it needed was like a solid representation of the evil that Weyland-Yutani is, because he's the antagonist. He's the main antagonist here. You know, besides the alien itself, he's the antagonist, and so we need that. And so a clear representation of a human, or a human enough antagonist would be Rook. And I think it's a perfectly sound decision. Not only as a cool, fun moment, a little member berry, but practically it makes the most sense. And if you went another way, there'd be a bunch more variables that are just completely unnecessary. Rook is the best. Not only that, but they also consulted the family and asked them. A lot of studios wouldn't do that. A lot of studios wouldn't give a fuck. But they actually asked the family of the actor, and they agreed. They wanted to see him in another one. So do it because it was. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mentioned that in my review, but I didn't really cite my sources. There is a quote from Screen Rant of the actor Ian Holm, of his widow. She gave a quote talking about this movie. She said that Ian Holm felt like Hollywood had turned its back on him, and his widow felt that he would have loved to be a part of this. He loved this character in particular. So, he loved playing Ash and Alien. I'm sure he would have loved being asked to be in Romulus if he was still alive. So I'm sure that, this is all done in a respectful manner.
Absolutely.
And so therefore, I like it.
it doesn't feel like them resurrecting the dead for a quick buck. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like that at all. But Ian Holm coming back felt completely genuine. And when I heard that the studio actually went to the family to get the go-ahead, it felt even better. Because it's like, wow, they actually give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you know what? That just goes to show, once again, that the team behind this film is so talented. Can we talk about the prosthetics for a minute? Talk about the prosthetics.
Oh my god, dude. It's so fucking good.
I have never seen facehuggers look better. Period.
Right, yeah.
You can do all...
these ones look like they're in the same room as you.
Right. You can do all the CGI bullshit you want. Yeah, I agree. Me too. I got arachnophobia, bro. I can't do it. Yeah, but no. I think that the prosthetics in this one, the look of the facehugger is simply the best it's ever looked. All right, and they were not bad in the first two Aliens, not at all. They were great. They were legendary. They were revolutionary. Alien Romulus does it the best. Period. It's simply a mix of CGI along with really cool cinematic shots. For example, the facehugger, the first time that they're introduced, the facehugger's crawling on that middle way, and the camera's upside down, and it turns right over the captain's face, and the facehugger jumps down, is about to get him, and then Andy grabs him. Little things like that separate this film in terms of practicality. It looks so much better. That scene where they were walking through that room at 98 degrees so the facehuggers wouldn't see them was so fucking good. The facehuggers in that scene look so fucking real. It's ridiculous because it's a practical set with practical prosthetics for the facehuggers, and the actors are in that room, and it's all being shot practically. That's why it felt so real, because they gave a fuck. You know what I mean?
For sure. And, it's really hard to beat practical. When everything's done in camera, it's just hard to beat it. We talked about how the visuals for Alien Covenant are really good, but the one thing that kind of threw me off rewatching it, especially recently, is how the xenomorph is all CGI the entire time.
I hate that.
That scene when the xenomorph is looking at the camera and getting closer, that looks like a video game shot to me. That does not look realistic.
I hated that shot where Tennessee was looking through the camera and saw that it was moving down a ladder. I hated that. That looked horrible because, once again, it's all CGI. It's like you're telling me the reason why it's all CGI is because the movie was rushed. I mean, you know. What do you want from me? You know what I mean? It's rushed. It's obvious. But this film, it didn't feel rushed at all. It felt like a finished product where every single plot point that was brought up was closed. It's an open and closed, completely finished film. And it feels that way. And it makes it so much better. You know?
Yeah. It's just great. I love how much this movie sets stuff up, too.
Absolutely.
Even just a little thing of, Andy messing with, the little hook that Rain uses at the end to stay attached to the ship. That's the smallest thing ever, but I love how it comes together eventually.
Meanwhile, Prometheus, oh my god, what is this med bay? Oh my god, that's crazy. There's only 12 of the... You know what I mean? Come on, guys. God damn it. You know, it's such obvious setup. It's painful. You know what I mean? It's come on, guys. Just all you have to do is have it. You know what they could have done is they could have just walked in on somebody getting repaired. You know what I mean? It's somebody's in there. It's oh, he got fucked up, whatever. And just have it going on in the background while you're talking to Charlize Theron. It's okay, so we have this briefing coming up, whatever, right? And it's one moment, and then it's fixing them, and then whatever. You know what I mean? And then later on, it comes up. It just would have been better than just going up and poking it. You know what I mean? You know? Just make it seamless. You don't have to make it hidden. You don't have to hide it, but just don't make it so fucking obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it seamless. That's all I'm asking. Fuck. And this movie made it seamless. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I mean, like the scene I just mentioned, Andy grabs the hook, and then Bjorn is hey, stop touching shit. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all the setup you get, and then later in the movie, it's oh, yeah, that's the hook that Rain attaches to her thing. That's cool.
There's another criticism I want to address. A lot of people were talking shit about that, why did Kay, the pregnant woman, inject herself with the needle? Because she's gonna fucking die, man. I mean, what else did you think was going to happen? She's on that fucking elevator. She can't fucking move. She feels like she's dying. And then it shows her feeling her stomach and looking down. And so what that signifies is she's no longer thinking of just herself. She's thinking about that baby. It's oh, fuck.
Yep.
I better take this needle because, she's losing a lot of blood. She's fucked up. It's like, oh, well, I might not make it to the ship. You see her, bro. She had to be helped to the elevator. Once she took that shot, she was able to walk her ass to the ship. So the only reason why she got to the fucking ship was because she hit the needle. That's it. Mm-hmm. There was no other way to get to that ship, and she didn't know that was injected with whatever the fuck. She heard Rain say, like, oh, I don't trust it, but that's it. There's no, like, evidence.
That's it.
That's it. There's no, like, thing where it's like, oh, I'm 100% sure. And so she took the chance, and she lost, because it's Alien. Yep.
and as far as she knows, Andy's the one that suggested using it.
Right.
She doesn't know there's really anything wrong with Andy. She heard, Navarro say, oh, he's glitchy.
Right. She doesn't know. She hasn't seen the things that Andy's done yet,
Yeah. She doesn't know anything. She's the one character that hasn't been in the movie the whole time. She's been in the movie. She's on her own adventure,
Right.
She got her own things going on.
Which I love. The split perspectives is perfection. I love it. Because you want more Xeno, right? And so with the Xeno stalking her, it's beautiful. And then they connect seamlessly. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. She was playing Alien Isolation. Everyone else was playing Alien Colonial Marines.
That's real. That's real as fuck. Oh my god. The fact that Fede said that, oh yeah, I was playing Alien Isolation while writing this, it was a big inspiration. Bro, you know how fucking happy I was? It's like, no way you just said those words.
Bro's a gamer.
Yeah, I heard that. And then he was talking about, didn't he mention something? The Dina.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, go ahead, say that.
Yeah. So he was playing The Last of Us Part 2 while writing this movie, and so he liked Dina as a character, and he liked the whole aspect of, like, oh, she's pregnant. And then so for some reason they gave him the inspiration to be like, okay, Kay should be pregnant. And then they cast Isabella to play Kay. And what a coinky dink, Isabella's also playing Dina in The Last of Us Part 2 show. So, what are the odds of that shit happening, right?
You gotta love it.
She's basically playing Dina twice.
Gotta love it. And, man, no offense to Bella Ramsey. I'm sure she was a decent Ellie. I haven't seen the first season. No offense to her, but she needs to make way for Kelly Spaney. I don't care. I've seen Kelly Spaney in interviews. I've seen her in this film. And, and I see the likeness for Ellie. I'm like, dude, there's no way. And, like, the way she talks, just her voice, like, sometimes I heard Ellie is like, are you in there? You know what I mean? That's it. So it's like, you know what? Bella, I'm sure you're cool and all, but Kelly Spaney's it, dog. I'm just saying, that's it. She should have been casted that. That's the truth. Fuck me.
Yep. When I was watching this in IMAX, the entire time I was just thinking, that's fucking Ellie, bro.
Yeah.
That's fucking Ellie.
Yeah.
I can't, dude.
Oh man, I love seeing.
And then.
Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and then when, like, right before she leaves the elevator, when she leaves Kay on there, and then they, like, kind of, like, put their heads together, I'm like, that's Ellie and Dina, bro.
Oh yeah.
I want it now. I want it now.
Dude, I love the trailers leading up to it. The marketing. Let's talk about the marketing a little bit. The marketing was perfection. The marketing for this film hyped me up to no end. I can't. Marketing is probably the most important thing when it comes to a film, which is crazy because you can have crazy good production, crazy good CGI, crazy good writers, everything. But if you get no marketing, everything gets plummeted to nothing. Yep. That's it. You really need good marketing. Either that or great word of mouth. And unfortunately for a movie like Alien Romulus that's part of a big franchise, you're not going to get outside of the Alien fans without good marketing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not like an everything everywhere all at once. You know what I'm saying? Continue.
Yeah. Even then with Romulus, I feel like a lot of the negative, it's just the vocal minority.
Absolutely. Very vocal, but indeed minority.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they're loud because, after Romulus came out, that's all my Twitter feed was. It's just nostalgia. It's a good movie. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. That's real. That's all I constantly say is, like, you guys constantly bring up points, but then don't explain why those points are bad. Yeah. Oh, they keep reusing lines. Okay, why? Why is that a bad thing? And every now and again, I get like, oh, because it felt hollow and it felt like a cash grab. It's like, you have no idea what this production was like. These guys are mega fans. Mm-hmm. It felt genuine. Did you watch the movie? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
then I'm not one to, like, respond to, like, hate tweets and shit. Mm-hmm. But I saw a tweet literally this morning saying that. It was talking about the box office of Alien Romulus, how it made $225 million on a budget of $80 million, which is really fucking good. That's great. I'm so glad this movie's doing well. and then they were like, okay, good, now they can use that money, bring back Michael Fassbender, and then finish up the David trilogy. And then I immediately responded, yeah, and that shit can go straight to streaming because nobody's watching that shit.
Goddamn right. After Romulus, get him out of here. You had your chance, Ridley. Get him out of here. Shit, I hope to God he doesn't come in with his big balls and start swinging them around Fox again. I swear to God. Don't do it. Don't do it. The fact that we had to lose out on Alien 5, which was meant to be a Return to Roots sequel, for that shit, fuck off.
Yeah. At least now we finally have our official Alien 5 with Romulus.
Goddamn right. No, an official Alien 3. All right? Alien 1.5.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right? That's
You're
what
right.
it is. All right? Shit. You know, to be honest, I don't even mind Alien 3 that much. I mean, yeah, it's dull and boring, but it comes up with like a decent premise, and it's okay. All right, it's I don't even want to say okay. It's below average to me because of all the contradictory. Yeah. But, you know, if we're talking about just straight up alien films that'll leave your fucking jaw dropped and you speaking with your friend for 90 minutes, it's going to be Alien 1, 2, and Romulus. That's it. And maybe Prometheus if you want to debate on that. You know what I'm saying? But that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Romulus is very much like get a group of friends together, take a night and go to the movies and just fucking lose your minds.
You know, I remember seeing this one review. It was like a little TikTok review, and he says like, "Oh, yeah, I like the movie, but the first act was boring." I'm like, "Okay, you got ADHD out the yin yang." You know what I mean? There's no way.
That's the TikTok brain.
Yeah, that's really what it is, bro. There's not. Listen, all right, I'm not dissing people who have ADHD. That's fine. If you have it, you have it. That's fair. You're entitled to your opinion. But I think you're wrong. And let's talk about it. All right, so let's talk about it.
Have a civil discussion, guys. We can disagree here.
The first act was boring, and you didn't care about the characters. Okay, what were your predetermined biases going into this film? Because it has to be that. You go into this film...
that plays a factor.
It really does. You go into this thinking it won't be better than the first two, then that's what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. If you go into this film thinking, I'm going to keep an open mind, I'm going to let this film consume me, and I'm going to be immersed in its world, then you're going to come out thinking it's a 10 out of 10, period.
Yep.
Yep.
That's how I walked into the movie, and deep down, I was like, I just need this to be the third best Alien movie, and I'm satisfied.
Yeah, and then after I saw the film, I'm like, Aliens is going to have to contend with this one. I'm just saying, fuck, you know what I mean? Now, that being said, I still think that Alien Romulus is the third best Alien movie, mainly because of how Alien 1 and 2 have stood the test of time, correct?
Yeah.
But Romulus is a damn good film for this time right now. And that's the truth.
I will say Romulus is the third best, but my second favorite.
Yeah, I agree. And if I had to give this a subjective rating, it would be a 10. An objective rating, it would be a high 9. That's the truth.
Yeah. I don't do objective. I only rate subjectively. Therefore, it is a 10.
Yeah, same.
And it is the second best Alien movie.
Yeah. I do really... And you know what that really boils down to, guys? And, you know, it's not a diss to Aliens because we both love it. But the reason... What that boils down to, guys, is the fact that we just prefer horror to 80s action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
80s action's great. We love 80s action. We love Predator.
Yeah.
We love Terminator. You know, we love that shit.
Yeah, and that's not to say that Aliens is without horror. There are definitely some great moments in there.
That final act was something else. Yeah.
Exactly. But, you know, Romulus, it scratches that sweet spot that horror fan in me
That
needs.
45-year gap. Finally, we get something on the caliber. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm not even going to lie. This movie came out, I don't even know how long ago, but ever since seeing Romulus, I've been in just a horror vibe. I've been wanting to play horror games. I've been wanting to watch more horror movies. That it scratched the itch for me, and now I need more horror. I need more horrors.
That's true. That horrors.
That too.
Yeah, I need.
Horrors.
We all need some of that. Anyway, Alien Romulus for me is peak Alien. There's so much more to talk about. But let's just get to the ranking before, you know, we already reach our time limit because we've been on this for an hour. All right, we got plenty more to say about this film, but just 100%, if you haven't seen this film before, go see it. I mean, by the time this gets uploaded, it's probably getting released on... it won't be released on digital, but it'll probably be out of theaters.
That's crazy.
So it won't be released on digital. So it'll probably be out of theaters by then. We'll see. Or at least in the lower quadrants of the theaters, those fucking back rooms. You know what I'm saying? So my prescription to you is to get the 4K Blu-ray release Don't watch it on streaming. I mean, go ahead, watch it on streaming when it comes out, when you have already bought the physical copy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
I'm buying the Steelbook.
Yeah, I'm buying this Steelbook day one. And sit down in the middle of at the end of a long day, sit down and just unwind to the greatest alien film since '86. So, I think.
And a quick message to 20th Century Studios, because Romulus did well. Please put the next Predator movie in theaters. I would love to watch it on the big screen.
Goddamn right. We got to see Badlands, baby. And I think they will. I think with how much we're getting with Romulus, I feel like they'll be able to contend. Badlands is going to be decent. They just have to up the marketing. You know what I'm saying? That's it. They just got to make sure they up the marketing.
They just started filming today. I'm excited.
It should be a solid flick. I hope it's good.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good.
Alien Romulus.
Don't make it a Hulu original.
Yeah, they really deaded the momentum of Prey with that one. To be honest, as a business strategy, I see why they did it. Not because the movie's generic or whatever. It's because at the time, ain't nobody going out to see como se dice, Predator at the time. It just is what it is, you know? It wasn't going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, the last Predator movie before that was The Predator, and that didn't really have a great track record.
Yeah.
I still like it.
Yeah, I hear you.
But that's for another time.
Yeah, eventually when we do that tier list, I'm going to be like, you fucking made me do this, son of a bitch. Yeah, I got to watch all these films again. Jesus Christ. So yeah, Alien Romulus, what are we thinking on the list?
S.
It's got to be S. And it's got to be ahead of Aliens. I know, controversial.
Yeah.
But I like it. You know, I think that's a great position. I can't put Prometheus up at B. I can't do it. Alien.
Who are we as humans if we don't feed on controversy?
Goddamn right. Hey, listen, Aliens. You know what? If there was a fucking, no. I can't put Aliens at A. Come on, no. Aliens is S. And it's there. And
you know what? You want to be real controversial? Put Covenant on S.
There you go.
And put the rest on F.
That's real. My bad. Covenant was something else. Come on, guys. Best film ever made. Actually.
You know what you got to do? You just got it for the thumbnail. You have to have a completely different tier list. That's just all wrong.
Yeah. No, I've seen people.
It's like, damn, Alien 3 at S? What the fuck?
I've seen people employ that strategy. Yes, indeed. Yeah. I feel like Romulus at S is still going to get a few clicks, not going to lie.
Probably.
That's it. People are like, oh my God.
I mean, it shouldn't be surprising.
I need some...
At least to me, like, it just makes perfect sense.
I need some hate comments. That's my thing, right? Is I need some people to be losing their fucking mind. You put Romulus at that tier, but ain't the copy. Ugh, Jesus, shut up. Ew.
It's great because... those hate comments, they never watch the video all the way through.
Yeah.
They watch the first 30 seconds, and as soon as you say something that they disagree with, they comment and leave.
Yeah, even because I didn't rectify it 2 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke.
Yeah.
Or they don't even watch the video, they just respond to the title and they fuck off. Like, idiots. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm telling you, when we do that Predator tier list, if people watch that shit all the way through, we are going to get hate comments because of The Predator. Because people fucking hate that movie. And I'm like, it's cool.
I hear you. Nah, I don't know what you see in it, bro. I'm going to have to watch it again. I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's... I was looking at people on Twitter talking about it, and they like simplified the plot, and that shit actually made me laugh out loud. The Predators came to Earth to steal autism, and I'm like, all right. I hate how accurate that is.
Yeah. It's like, are they wrong though? That's funny as fuck. Oh man,
they're gonna weaponize autism. Gotta love it.
Oh man. All right, Alien Romulus S tier. I don't think there's a debate here. If you guys think we're wrong, tell me in the comments. All right, don't be a dick about it. You know what I mean? Let's talk. I'm open-minded. I want to hear why you think it's worse than those two films, or hell, why you think Prometheus is better. I mean, I don't know why you would think that, but go ahead, and I won't insult you in the comments. Unless you insult me, then I might leave a little dig or two. You know, it's all good. It's all good. Let's go to work. S tier.